The Indianapolis Colts are coming off a dominant victory in Week 5. Now they get to host the Arizona Cardinals, who had a stunning loss against another AFC South opponent. My name's Tyler, here with my brother Ryan, and we're breaking down this Cardinals-Colts Week 6 matchup and provide our predictions at the end. So be sure to leave a like and a comment. Let us know who you think is going to win, and hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 8,000 subscribers by the end of October. And Ryan, just super dominant performance by Indianapolis. It's 40-6, just absolutely shut them out here as well. I think now it's safe to say the Colts have established themselves as a team to deal with, especially as we start heading into the middle part of the season here. And we might be seeing
Yeah.
them make a deep playoff push. All thanks to Daniel Jones, ironically. No, not really, though. I think they've made great signings in the offseason to help out just with the defense. I think they've done a good job drafting overall and putting the right pieces in place to help out whichever quarterback that comes in, and they can finally capitalize on the Shane Steichen system. Now they're going to be going up against an Arizona Cardinals defense who, I mean, was fingertip away and a better decision away from going up 28-6 against the Tennessee Titans. But unfortunately, the DeMarcado fumble and while he was celebrating, ended up making it 28-6 and then 21-6, and then the Titans got the ball at the 20-yard line. So big momentum shift overall, and something that would have probably sealed the game, so to say. The Titans somehow came back and won, and so really just inexcusable, just in general. But Ryan, I want to throw it over to you here. What are your thoughts on this Colts team?
Yeah.
It's Colts and this Cardinals team as well too. Like I'm impressed with the Cardinals team, but they just two losses or last second field goals. This one is worse than a last second field goal loss, to be honest. Like they should have won this game. Both of these teams easily could be 5-0 as well going into this matchup here.
Yeah. I mean, I think looking at the Colts, I think they definitely have much more of a case to be that than the Cardinals. I feel like the Cardinals have really struggled to put together 4 straight quarters of consistent, good, mistake-free football. And I feel like at some point or another, you could point to all those games and just think of how they beat themselves in those matchups. And I, they have talent. I think we're starting to see the first like rift in the Jonathan Gannon era, because I feel like ever since he's been the head coach there, we've praised them for how hard they've played, and they just haven't had the amount of talent to really compete with some of these top teams. It's like, well, now they have the talent to compete with these top teams, and they haven't quite yet. So curious, want them to kind of get over that hump per se, and win a big game against a good team and prove to themselves that they can win. But with that being said, like I think the Colts are. I don't know if the Colts are that team. I think the Colts can compete with them in the trenches. Um, Daniel Jones looks really good. This was one of the things coming into the season with the Colts that was just kind of confusing. Uh, they have a lot of talent. Like you go look at that wide receiver room, that offensive line is really good. Jonathan Taylor is one of the best running backs in the league. They made some investments on that defense, especially in the secondary. And talent wise, they were really good. They just hadn't been able to piece things together all the way under Shane Steichen, and then you had some
Yeah.
culture concerns at the end of last year. And the Colts are really good. They have finally pieced those things together. So I like what I've seen from the Colts so far. And we talked a little bit about it. I wanted them to make a statement in that Raiders game and just absolutely blow them out. And they definitely did. I think 40-6 makes a statement of, we are a really good team in this league, and the Raiders are not a really good team in this league.
Yeah.
And we made them look really bad. So I think that's all good. I'm excited for this matchup though, because I think the Cardinals, if they can not make mistakes, I think could hang with the Colts. I still think the Colts might be more talented, but that's for another part of the video.
Well, and that's the thing to me, like focus on the Cardinals here is I really like what they've done over the past couple years to get to this point. And there's a couple things to me just in general. I've said this in the past. I just don't think with where they're at now and their aspirations now, I think the talent they have and where this defense is at too. I just don't think Kyler Murray's the guy. It's we talk about that more in the offseason as well, but I just think there needs to be a little bit better. I think they maybe need a little bit more improvement in the receiving room. I mean, Marvin Harrison Jr. is, I think, starting to come on strong, had a better game today. And they have good role players, but hopefully maybe could do a little bit better. But in general, though, to me, it's self-inflicted wounds. I think the play calling could be better. Then you go and you have the fumbles here. Like if you go look at the Cardinals' second half drives when they're up 21-6, a 13-play
Yeah.
drive that took off nearly 8 minutes, ended with a fumble on the Tennessee. Let me double check this here on the Tennessee 20. So that's 3 points that's off the board. Then you have a 3 and out. And then you have the DeMarcado fumble, which that's 7 points off. So that's 10
Yeah.
points off the board right there. But then another 3 and out on the next drive where you only get 1 yard. And we kind of saw this as well too with the Thursday night game against Seattle, focusing on more the 3 and outs. But I feel like it's not the best play calling. Feel like it's self inflicted, like just setting yourself up to fail as well. And then you have the
Yeah.
turnovers like this. And to be fair to the Cardinals, they are dealing with some injuries here as well. Like Kyler
Yeah.
Murray briefly left the game today, but then their tight end Tip Ryman, he got carted off the field today. They're having issues, I think, also on the offensive line with some health. James Conner and Trey Benson are on IR. They had a couple guys as well too in the secondary that have been battling injuries so far up to this point in the season. So, but that being said, that the defense is not the issue. I really like what Jonathan Gannon has done with the defense. Really like their defensive play calling and their scheming. They've gone out and really got some good guys. Just offensively, it's like you just go and look at it like if you're. I mean, I just don't know if you have the guys for
Yeah.
this team here. And if you go look at this division, I mean, shoot, the 49ers, like on paper right now, like they have essentially second string guys, and yet they're
Yeah.
still able to find ways to win. Seahawks team, I think, is really good as well too. This defense really stymied the Arizona Cardinals on that Thursday night football game, and the Rams are really good as well. I mean, future Hall of Famer with Matt Stafford, and it's you just go look at some of them like key guys that they need to step up that have been there for a while. I just start to wonder, just like
Yeah.
what, are they going to keep riding it out, or are they going to hope that things get better? Because I don't know how things are going to get better in that instance. However, on the Colts side, now talking about that, same thing. I think they built a good roster, and I'm not saying Daniel Jones is the guy. It's only been 5 games so far. I know I jokingly started off this video that way. However, though, they just needed somebody to run this offense efficiently and facilitate the ball effectively. And they have the offensive line to do it. They drafted well, even after losing Ryan Kelly, Will Fries. Is it Will Fries or Will Freeze? It's Will Fries. Yeah,
Same, I guess. Yeah.
but then I know people want to talk about Chris Ballard's drafting, but you go look at this receiving room, drafted Michael Pittman, drafted Josh Downs, drafted Alec Pierce, drafted A.D. Mitchell, drafted Tyler Warren. Michael Pittman's the oldest guy on there, and he just got a second contract. They have all
Yeah.
these guys who are studs still on rookie contracts. They drafted Jonathan Taylor as well too. I think they drafted their entire offensive line. Only guy they didn't draft on their
Yeah.
offense was Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
And so it's I think these pieces are coming together. I think they've done a good job so far offensively where they can go and just be a dominant offense in the league. And I think that's just
Yeah.
what Arizona is missing right now with some of the weapons that they still have on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah. And so to get in predictions, are you going with the Colts
Oh
in this
yeah, I'm
one?
going with the Colts. It's
Yeah.
it, and I why I think in general why is I think one it's going to be at home for the Colts. I think they're just more consistent on the offensive side of the ball. It's going to be a tough matchup against this Cardinals
Yeah.
defense. I love this Cardinals defense and how they get after it. They have been banged up and missed some guys throughout. They have to see who is available for the Cardinals as well in the secondary. But I think it's going to be really fun watching Shane Steichen and Jonathan Gannon throw back to that 2022 Philadelphia Eagles team. And actually, I need to double check. I didn't check this before, but I'm trying to think if this is their first matchup actually, since they were coordinators for that
They
Eagles
should have
team. But
matched up the first year because I think it's on I guess it's AFC, NFC, so it might be every 4 years.
potentially, but either
Yeah.
way, though, I think that's going to be really fun to see that matchup. How Jonathan Gannon's defense goes up against Shane Steichen's offense. But on the flip side, though, too, this Colts defense is doing really well.
Yeah.
I think much better than it initially had been expected. So I think that plus I think some of the play calling by the Cardinals is going to make it a little bit tougher. I think for Arizona to move the ball down the field as effectively as I think the Colts might.
Yeah, I'm also going to go with Indianapolis. I have one comment I want to make about Daniel Jones after this, but I just think Indiana is the more talented team. I think they're riding the hot streak, whereas I think Arizona, especially the last couple of weeks, has really been kicking themselves for how they've lost these games, where they either come out flat and dig themselves a hole, or they get a lead and then let the other team come back and they get relaxed in the second half. So I think that's just going to be a tough one for them to win, especially on the road against a hot team right now. So.
Mm-hmm.
With that being said, I do think you go look at Daniel Jones through the first 5 weeks. Analytically, he is in the Justin Herbert, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, like that conversation. And I really feel like if he starts to continue this through 10, 12, 15 weeks, I think the Colts probably look to extend him before the new league year come the end of the season. So obviously, like you could kind of see what happens there, but I think it'd be stupid to let a guy who can come in and operate a level the offense at a level like this and just let him walk out the door. Because frankly, that's just hard to come by. So
Yeah. Well, and I think even too as well, you can look at it just according to over the cap as of right now. Looks like they have about 60 million in cap space.
yeah,
Yeah, and so, and I'd be curious then too to see if you go down that route, then what do they do with Anthony Richardson? I guess you could keep him because I think you'd have him for another year before the 5th year option to extend him. But I don't think they'll do that. I think they'd rather trade him, and you can maybe get a draft pick for him. Well, you can absolutely get a draft pick for him, but
yeah.
I have to kind of wait and see, but I think it's an interesting point, and we're seeing other quarterbacks have success like this. Like go look at Baker
Yeah, or Sam
now to
Darnold,
Tampa Bay.
and you're actually getting
Sam Darnold,
a
yeah,
bit of a discount because he's a reclamation project.
yeah.
So,
It'd be something similar for like 30 million.
yeah,
I think for what those guys initially got.
yeah. So, I don't know. That's just my opinion. We're here at the end of the video. So, if you're still here, thank you. Let's go ahead. Let's wrap it up here. We're both taking the Colts in this matchup. If you guys have not already, please go ahead and like and subscribe. That is the best way to help out the channel. While you're down there, leave a comment on who you think is going to come out ahead. Will it be the Arizona Cardinals? Will it be the Indianapolis Colts? And other than that, we'll see you guys next time.